In the hushed glow of room 527 at St. Mary's General Hospital on the outskirts of Detroit, Brandon Harlan leaned over his father's bed, phone camera capturing every detail. The heart monitor beeped in steady rhythm. Oxygen hissed softly from the tank labeled R. Harlan. Brandon adjusted his ring light, flashing that practiced smile to the growing audience. TikTok fam. It's Brandon here with some heavy news. Dad's finally slipping away after years of grinding himself into the ground at that metal fabrication plant. Look at him, hooked up like this. Barely hanging on. He panned slowly across Robert Harlan's still face. Eyes closed. Body connected to machines. For those new here, my old man built Harlan Metalworks from nothing. Started as a welder making peanuts. Clawed his way to a $52 million empire. But me? I'm the one who's about to step into it all. Brandon chuckled low, voice dripping with anticipation. 27 years dealing with his penny-pinching ways. Same old Chevy truck with over 140,000 miles. That tiny house in Warren where I grew up. Suits older than I am. But karma's here.
Guys.
When he goes, every penny's mine. Robert lay perfectly still. But inside, every word burned. He could hear it all, the beeps, the hiss. His son's casual greed broadcast to strangers. Brandon had no clue his father was awake, mind sharp under the careful medical arrangement. The twilight sedation was a calculated veil, allowing consciousness while appearing unresponsive. Audio recorders captured everything for what was coming. To understand how they reached this moment, go back to where it truly began. October 2018. Brandon was 21, fresh out of Michigan State with a degree he barely earned, crashing back home rent-free. Robert came home from the plant one evening to find his bedroom torn apart. Elena's jewelry box, his late wife's,
Gone.
that simple gold band with the modest diamond he'd scrimped for months to buy back in 1987. Pawned for quick cash. Robert found the receipt in Brandon's jeans, $2,800 at a shop downtown. He bought it back the next day without a word. Heart heavy. Elena had passed from cancer the year before, leaving a void no amount of money could fill. But this theft? It cracked something deeper. Bank statements followed. Unauthorized pulls from their joint account, $900, then $1,200, then $3,500. Confronted, Brandon's eyes were glassy.
Pupils tiny. Dad.
It's not what you think. Robert packed a bag, anyway. We're going to clear horizons. That first 90-day program cost $48,000 cash. No insurance covered the intensive track. Brandon lasted 58 days before checking out, swearing he was fixed. The relapse hit 4 months later. Robert found him unconscious in the garage, needle nearby, surrounded by inherited tools from his own father, worth maybe $1,000. Listed on Craigslist for drug money. Another specialist,
Dr.
Elena Vargas, recommended Vista Recovery Center. $65,000 for the full program, she said. Robert paid again. Brandon finished this time. Returned with sobriety chips and big promises. Social media showed him at group sessions. Yoga by the lake. Captions about healing generational wounds. But 13 months later, a call from state police. Brandon had wrecked the Mustang Robert bought him for graduation. Back over the limit. Traces of cocaine. Car totaled. Pole damaged. From his hospital bed. Stitches fresh. 3rd time's the charm.
Dad.
I'm done for good. Desert pathways in Arizona followed, luxury setup with pools. Equine therapy. PhD counselors for $42,000. Brandon posted Instagram stories of sunrises and volleyball. Talking self-discovery. 3 weeks post-discharge, he flipped Robert's power tools on Facebook Marketplace. What Brandon never grasped was the invisible cost. Each rehab dollar meant Robert skipped lunches, ate sandwiches at the plant, worked 16-hour shifts to keep Harlan Metalworks afloat without layoffs. Employees noticed. Head of security, Marcus Reed, brought coffee at dawn. Seeing the exhaustion. "Boss, you look wrecked." Robert showed him Brandon's latest post, nightclub bottle service. Designer clothes. Caption self-made. No handouts. Marcus shook his head. Robert realized the hard truth. Love without limits enables destruction. He'd cushioned every fall too long. The breaking point came in early 2024. Brandon stormed the 10th floor office at Harlan Metalworks headquarters, demanding $60,000 advance for a crypto scheme from Reddit. "I'm your only son. When you kick it, it's all mine anyway." Security footage caught it. Robert stayed calm.
No.
Brandon raged, threatening to sell the company. Fire everyone. Turn it to condos. That night, Robert called his attorney of 36 years, Linda Chun. They met at dawn to draft changes. The plan formed: fake medical leave for cardiac stress, admit to hospital under supervision.
Dr.
Marcus Lang agreed. Robert's real high blood pressure made it plausible. "Sometimes family needs to see consequences," the doctor said. Robert transferred most assets to the new Harlan Hope Recovery Foundation, a 501(c)(3 focused on accountable treatment with strict milestones, job requirements, and no endless handouts. Brandon would get $1,000 if he proved himself over 5 clean years, enough for a start, not destruction. Otherwise, nothing. Admitted March 20th. Room 527. Machines monitored, but Robert stayed alert. Brandon arrived soon after. Phone out. Brandon's live stream started almost immediately. Day 1. Dad's heart episode hit hard.
Fam.
Doctors say it's touch and go. He angled the camera for sympathy. Panning machines. Viewer count climbed from 8,000 to 15,000 quickly. "Things have been complicated between us, emotional stuff. Control issues. But family first. Right?" He stayed in Robert's modest Warren home, filming reflection videos from the living room where Elena once helped with homework. Legacy thoughts.
Guys.
Harlan Metalworks employs 380 people, valued around 50 to 55 mil. As sole heir. Smile widened. Robert listened, gut twisting. Brandon rotated into new outfits, designer pieces never bought by Robert. Afternoon videos showed spreadsheets estimating net worth post-taxes, $36 million free and clear. Evening Q&As dispensed wrong inheritance advice. Only heir. Automatic transfer. Nurse Lila Thompson became Robert's quiet ally. Briefing mornings. He was here till late. Showing old family albums. Told stories like rags to riches. But twisted it, made your sacrifices sound like neglect. By day 10, followers hit 75,000. Brandon's routine solidified. Hospital mornings. House afternoons. Q&A nights. A video titled Dad's Journey, From Line Worker to Millions, pulled old photos. Wedding 1986. First tiny apartment. Early plant days. Comments flooded praise. Inspiring. Proud son. But Brandon omitted the rehabs. Arrests. Pawned ring. Monthly support checks of $2,200 covering rent.
Car.
Insurance. Phone in his downtown loft. Aunt Caroline arrived day 14, driving from Grand Rapids after seeing clips. Heels clicked sharply. Brandon was midstream. Cafeteria lunch update to 62,000 viewers. Aunt Caroline? Hey fam. Dad's sister just showed. Turn that off now. Phone screen went black. Brandon? What are you doing? Your father might be dying. And you're turning it into a show. Authentic processing trauma. Aunt C. My community gets it. Caroline's laugh was sharp. Authentic? Do you know the money Robert poured into you? Clear Horizons, $48,000. Vista, $65,000. Desert Pathways, $42,000. Rent, $1,950 monthly. Camaro payments, $580. High-risk insurance, $720, over $4,500 a month for 3 years. Bank statements prove it. Silence stretched. You never asked specifics because it was assumed. Caroline's voice softened but cut deep. 3 rehabs.
Arrests.
Crashed cars. Stolen heirlooms. Yet you post about toxic dad. She left papers and exited. Brandon's evening stream spun it. Family drama. Aunt ambushed me. Triggered AF. 89,000 tuned in. She threw numbers to guilt me. But parents owe support. I didn't ask to be born. Comments initially supportive turned as algorithms spread wider. Local Detroit news WXYZ picked it up. Local man documents father's battle online. Community split. Reporter Alicia Grant interviewed viewers. One mother noted inconsistencies. Expensive apartment. Clothes. Yet abuse claims. Fact checks revealed Harlan Metalworks stability. No layoffs in recessions. $70,000 plus annual charity to kids' hospitals. Vets. Food banks. Robert's quiet donations clashed with Brandon's narrative. Backlash mounted. Comments. Donates more than most earn fishy? Filming unconscious dad feels wrong. Follower count peaked near 118,000 then dropped. 110K. 98K. Robert's team compiled evidence quietly. Private investigator compiled 20-year ledger. Education $192,000. Medical $358,000. Legal $41,000. Housing $94,000. Vehicles $168,000. Living support $412,000. Total over $1.26 million. Brandon's earnings? Under $9,200 lifetime legitimate work. Net negative contribution. Social media archive showed consistent victim portrayal while fully dependent. Sunday night stream titled Inheritance Truth. Money breakdown showed Brandon slightly slurred. Harlan Metalworks? $52 million. After fees. I'm netting 35 plus mil. What am I doing first? Selling the plant. Condos everywhere. The clip archived as evidence. Monday. Attorney Linda Chen reviewed with Robert privately. Audit confirmed pattern. Entitlement as identity.
DR.
Lang's signal timing. Tuesday 9:45 a.m. Conference room at Harlan headquarters filled. Linda presiding. Aunt Caroline with tissues.
DR.
Lang. Nurse Lila. Security Marcus. Brandon set tripod. Live to 91,000. Inheritance reveal live. $52 will time. WXYZ crew filmed discreetly in corner. Expecting drama. Linda began. Last will. March 19th, 2024. Sound mind. Small bequests. $250,000 to Caroline for family photos and support. $60,000 medical education fund. $550,000 employee pensions. To my son Brandon, who has battled addiction and entitlement. Brandon leaned in eagerly. $1,000, the amount in your account when addiction started. Room froze. Brandon's face drained.
What?
Typo, $1 million. Phone chat exploded in shock. Linda continued evenly. Remainder, $51 million plus assets to Harlan Hope Recovery Foundation. Mission, accountable recovery with milestones. Employment requirements. Boundaries against enabling. Brandon exploded. Chair crushing. This is bullshit. Elder abuse. I'll contest. He grabbed phone. Fam. Dad screwed me. Gave millions to strangers. Comments turn savage. Karma. Better son. Exploitative. Door opened. Robert entered steady. Cane for effect but strong. Best old suit pressed. Gasps everywhere. Brandon's phone clattered. Still live to 104,000 now. Sorry to let you down.
Son.
Heard every word. Twilight sedation explained. Robert's phone showed the stream. Comprehensive record shows $1.26 million cost. Negative contributions. You tore down, I built. Foundation would help those seeking real change, not perpetual victims.
Brandon stammered. Dad.
Awake? I can change. Robert. Hope so. But without safety net. Reporter Alicia stepped forward. Plan this? Robert. To teach love versus enabling. Documentation speaks. Stream hit 112,000 before platform flagged exploitation. Suspending account days later. 6 months on. Harlan Hope opened in old training wing, 93% completion rate. Highest regionally. Helped 920 families first year with job mandates. Accountability. Brandon's channels tanked to 2,100 subscribers. Mostly critics. He took warehouse job in Grand Rapids via Aunt Caroline, $14.50/hour loading. 40 hours strict. No more loft. Studio apartment $450 per month. Second-hand furniture. Cleans 6+ months, not from desire initially, but necessity. Addiction costly on low wage. Initially refused foundation counseling. Pride intact. But last week, he walked in quietly. Tell me about the program. Caroline reported. Thinner. Quieter, like listening finally. Robert gazed from office window at humming plant floor, 380 jobs secure. Recovery daily choice. Brandon making it without net. Maybe that breaks cycle. The question lingers. When does protection become poison? What true love demands saying no? Letting fall to stand? In America's relentless grind. Families fracture on money. Addiction. Entitlement. Robert chose boundaries over legacy destruction. Brandon? Path open if he walks it.